Welcome to episode
What's
2
up, fuckers?
of Super Liga Center.
What's going on?
What's up, players? What's up, fuckers?
So, my name is Chris.
So,
Marlon.
Tom.
Mike.
Michael, there at the end. So we're going to recap what happened in week 2 of our league. And let's just get right into it, man. We'll start with the first game. My team, the Bad Hombres, played against Over Easy. So against Haley. And she was supposed to blow me out. I was supposed to have no chance. And I ended up winning, man. And I was super excited about that. And I think it was because of my managerial decisions. It was Bad Hombres 134, Over Easy 129. It was a close game. It came down to the last game on Sunday night. She had Matt Ryan playing for the Falcons against the Eagles. And I was conflicted, man. As a Cowboys fan, I really wanted to see the Eagles lose, but I really did not want Matt Ryan to score more points because then I would end up losing in fantasy. So it was a really tough game to watch, but it was exciting. I mean, I think I beat her by 4 or 5 points.
She was pretty upset. Over Easy's my wife. She was pretty upset because Matt Ryan threw 3 interceptions, and if it wasn't for those 3 interceptions, she was like, I would have won. And I was like, that's fantasy football. Get used to it.
Right. And I know we had a little back and forth, and because I had Cooper Kupp, and she told me you guys were actually watching that game, and he was down at the 1 yard line. It was overturned on review. They initially scored at a touchdown, and she was super excited about it. And you reminded her that
She's like, oh, and I was like, why are you yelling? She's like, that was a great play, and I was like, you're playing against that guy.
Yeah, she's like, damn it. But that's fucking fantasy football for you, man. And that's these kind of games, these close games. That's what it's all about. Just nail biters, and just you're refreshing all the time and hoping that you're still ahead or that you can catch up, and that's what makes it fun. So. Yeah. Super excited this week.
So that brings you to 1-1 and Over Easy. She started off 1-0, brings you guys both 1-1 in the division. I think everybody in this division is 1-1 right now. That's
right. It's going to be a dog fight. The win division.
Right now.
Yeah, we can get to the next one. It's Flint Tropics versus Gridiron Throne. That's Mike's team is the Gridiron Throne, and this was the closest fucking game. This might not even be official because I think stat corrections happened today. So you might not have won, Mike. I don't know if it's as of tomorrow. As of this recording, Mike, you won by how much?
Hey, why are you raining on his charade, man?
Hey,
it happens.
0.1. That's equal to one yard of rushing or 1 yard of.
Yeah. See, but this is where it gets. Yeah, go ahead.
If you guys see the scores below, it says both of y'all had scored 140, and I just highlighted 140, but I highlighted Mike as the winner because I'm not going to do the decimal points because that's just too much. It's too much. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but yeah, Mike won by 0.1. So that moves Mike up to 2-0, right, Mike? Is that right?
Moment.
Gridiron Throne is at top of that division in 2-0.
Right. But see,
I was predicted to lose by 15 points this week, and I pulled off that win.
Pulled it off.
You know what? Yahoo predictions don't mean a fucking thing, Mike. I was
Yahoo's off, man.
And guess what? I'm 0-2.
But so my opponent this week had Baker Mayfield, and towards the end of the game, he threw the 89-yard touchdown to OBJ, and I was like, "Fuck it, I lost this week."
Yeah.
I have to check the score a little later when the game's over, and I'm like, "What the fuck? How did this get pulled off?"
Hey, don't give Baker Mayfield that much credit, bro. He threw a 5-yard pass, and OBJ fucking ran it 85 yards to the house.
He still got the points.
He still got the points. That's true. But the thing about our league that's interesting is that we play with the IDP, right, with the individual defensive player, and that's where the stat correction can really happen because that's like a tackle, dude, and tackles get changed all the time. They might credit one IDP with a tackle, and then they end up taking a tackle away in the middle of the week, and that's why our league can be volatile when it comes to close games like that. So you should really look at the tackle stats for the IDP position because that might be where you get fucked over on that 0.1 point.
IDPs are great. Luke Kuechly is the best player on my fucking team, bro.
Dude, as a joke, you offered me Kuechly for fucking Hopkins, and he doubled up Hopkins this week. Dude, I was like, damn, I should have traded you, DeAndre Hopkins.
You should have, man. He was a beast.
Should have done it, man. Should have done it.
Their MVP. this was pretty unbelievable. Their MVP was the New England defense. They scored 37 fucking fantasy points. I've never seen defense score that many points before.
That's insane.
They're playing Miami, bro.
That's right.
Yeah,
the Dolphins are playing with like custodians, like stadium custodians on their roster. So
hey, bro, you're putting down custodians, bro. You're putting down custodians, all right?
I'm not putting down custodians.
Custodians are better than the fucking Dolphins, all right? All right, next match, we had Dem Lions, and they blew out Vino Papi. Dem Lions is on a fucking roll, man.
Yeah.
They are on a fucking roll.
He's silencing all the haters. Dem Lions didn't have a lot of fans last week. He can't produce. Nope. He did it again. He scored more points this week. He's putting them up, man. 187.34 points over Vino Papi's 126.52. Dem Lions' team is fucking rolling, man. He's getting he's getting these bonuses and he's just killing it.
Dalvin, 46 points. That's pretty insane.
Dalvin Cook's a monster. I mean, they don't throw the fucking ball. Well, they threw it a little more this week. The Vikings did, but
last week they threw it 10 times.
Yeah, but Dalvin Cook's the workhorse. He's going to keep getting that work. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to be putting up 20-plus points every week. You can take that shit to the bank. So he's in a good spot. He's leading his division, obviously, and he's number one overall amongst all teams. Yeah. So, let's see if he can keep it up.
Might have done a little bit better. I don't think they would have won, but they may have put up a few more points. Looks like Vino Papi said Drew Brees, who went out and had negative points when he was out.
Sure, I think that's the main reason why this game was such a blowout. I don't think he would have touched 180 points, but he would have scored a lot more points had Drew Brees not gotten hurt.
Yeah,
that's true.
Vino Papi's was predicted to win this matchup, and it didn't happen. So
and it didn't happen.
Them Lions keep rolling.
And we're going to keep rolling to the next fucking matchup. Culon Santo, our boy Marlon, went up against the Bangkok Lady Boys, and he sure did beat those Lady Boys. He sure did beat them for us. 145 to 141. It was a nail biter, man. That was a close game.
Yeah, Marlon, you're beating up on Lady Boys.
Yeah.
Winning championships and committing hate crimes.
Bringing that holy culo out.
So that was who was your number one performer, Marlon?
My number one performer was Calvin Ridley.
Yeah,
nice, dude. Nice. What were you gonna say, Tom? I feel like you were gonna say something that was very, very impolitically.
I was gonna say that's a fucking battle of the names right there, bro. The Bangkok Lady Boys and Culon Santo, bro.
I know.
This would not be possible if it wasn't the 21st century.
I wanted to give props to Tom for designing my logo, dude. That logo is dope.
That's
you better get it tattooed.
Yeah,
that's so funny. We talked about this. Like everybody's Mexican mother has this picture. Tom, can you explain it? The picture of the angel and the devil.
Yeah, it's Saint Michael, and he's slaying Satan. So this is Saint Michael slaying a fat ass peach, baby.
There we go, baby. Culon Santo. I was telling Tom, I was like, my mom literally had that painting like up in our house, like always. That was always Catholics. You know how we do it. So next game was Ass and Titties versus Crossfaded. I was gonna say X-Faded. I was like, that's not a team. Crossfaded actually pulled off the upset, right? Or were they projected to win? No, they were projected to win. But it was close late. I remember talking to Eric, and he was kind of sweating it a little bit. But yeah,
he had like under 100 points before Monday night. He had like 80 points, I think, and then
but he has OBJ. Yeah,
and Jarvis Landry. OBJ went off, and so that's also an interdivision game in the win division in y'all's division, Chris.
Right,
it brings everybody to 1-1 right now.
Man, it's going to be wild, dude. I feel like we're going to be close all year. And the way our league's set up, we start with 3 divisional games and end with 3 divisional games. I think it's going to come down to those last couple of divisional games in our league, in our division. And whoever wins those is probably going to get to the playoffs. So it should be good.
Julio Jones also went off for Eric on Sunday night. So Julio Jones had 36 points and Odell had 46. So, you know, that's a large chunk of points from your 2 star wide receivers.
Right. And then the last matchup was Las Vegas United, our Tommy boy, versus Defensor Fortis, which is his brother Adrian. And Adrian's got a squad, man. I mean, he's got a squad. I think he had 2 players who actually goose egged, and he still scored 142 points.
Yeah,
that is insane.
Patty Mahomes had 61.
Patrick Mahomes is a fantasy god.
Dude.
Yeah, again, we fucking talk shit when he took him in the second, but I mean, it's working. It's working.
Yeah.
Kenny Galladay had 31 or 32 points for him. Yeah, man. I mean, Christian McCaffrey was the big letdown for me. He had 7 points this week. I traded for Cam Newton. I traded Kulon Santo for Cam Newton. Cam Newton had 12 points. Cam's not looking like himself. I don't know if you guys watched that Thursday night game. He's looking pretty bad.
Yeah, man. He's actually
he's sitting out this week.
Will come back, right?
Yeah, you see Cam normally, and he's full of energy. He's really super emotional on the field. You know,
he looks right.
And he just looks. He looks like he doesn't want to be there, man. So it was pretty sad watching that Panthers offense. So I blame them for my loss for sure.
Well, I mean, he went vegan. Está flaquito el vato. He dropped like 30 pounds, and he looks frail. And his shoulder's still bummed, and his foot hurts. That boy needs some meat. He needs some carne, dude.
Because he's every year.
Dude, So I'm gonna blame you.
Arian Foster. He got the same thing. What I mean, huh? What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You need the protein, man. You need the protein. He performed.
We're gonna get a bunch of hate mail from vegans. Watch.
Yeah.
Also, Deshaun Jackson got hurt for me, and he laid a goose egg. But it doesn't really matter because Adrian had 2 goose eggs, and he still fucking pulled it out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's got a hell of a team. So let's just run down the standings real quick. Let's see. You got to help me with the divisions here. What division is them Lions in?
So the Earth division is Dem Lions at 2-0. Defensor Fortis at 2-0. They're facing off this week's going to be probably the game of the week. They're
the number 1 and number 2 in the entire league, and they're playing each other this week, and that should be a good game.
Yeah, and then the third in the division is Vino Poppies, 0-2. I will be playing him this week, so one of us is going to, come out with a win finally, unless we tie. Y'all are going to tie. Check this out. Dem Lions has 370.46 points in the league.
That's wild.
That blows
that is insane, man. The next closest is Defensor Fortis, who has 302.2. So he has 90 points more than the second guy. Yeah. Insane. Yeah. And then next we got the Win division. That's Chris's division. Aston TD's 1-1. He's leading on points, 295.5 points. Crossfaded 1-1, 291.28 points. Over Easy, who Bad Hombres just beat, 1-1, 290.82 points, and then Bad Hombres again 1-1, 271.14. So that's a hell of a division right now, man. You guys are those games look like they can all just go down to the wire.
I won a game and ended up going down a fucking slot in my division. I was 3rd overall in my division last week, and now I'm 4th.
20 points separate you guys, man.
Yeah, it's wild. And then the final division is the Fire division. Gridiron Throne, Mike, you're leading that, 271.6 points at 2-0. Then it's Flint Tropics, 1-1, 309.5 points. Then Kulon Santo, 1-1, 290.82 points. And then finally the Bangkok Ladyboys at 0-2, 249.76 points. Yeah. So, that's an interesting division as well. I think Bangkok Ladyboys are kind of on the outside looking in, but pretty competitive, I'd say.
Yeah, but let's check on it tomorrow because everybody might be 1-1 after the stack correction. On to the
keep our eye on the prize.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the segments real quick. Let's run through our segments, and we're gonna start off with one of my favorite fucking segments. Tom,
my favorite too. Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck was that? I have a nominee for who the fuck is that guy. And for me, and I'm really excited about this because I picked him off the waiver wire, Demarcus Robinson. Demarcus Robinson. Who the fuck is that guy? 6 catches, 172 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's like the 4th string receiver for the Chiefs, and it doesn't matter because freaking Demarcus. It doesn't matter because
You know what, man? I picked up McCole. Actually, I drafted McCole Hardman.
You drafted him?
I drafted him like with the last pick, dude, because I thought he would have a role if Tyreek went down. Lucky me, Tyreek went down. Sorry, Mike. Mike. And McCole Hardman actually did really, really well. He had a 72-yard touchdown called back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, both of them. I mean, Patty Mahomes can sustain four wide receivers in fantasy, like legit options in fantasy, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's why it doesn't matter if he's 4th on the depth chart or 5th, because Patrick Mahomes is a fucking monster and he's got an arm. And it's crazy. You just need to be fast, dude. All they need to do is run fast.
You just need to be fast.
And then he'll fucking put it on
formula.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if whoever has Patrick Mahomes only loses during his bye week.
Probably.
That's Defensor Fortis, who just took me to school this week.
Yeah. Anybody else have I think Mike, you had actually a pretty funny one for who the fuck is that guy?
Not who the fuck is that guy. Is actually the New England defense. Like I said a little while ago, he scored 37 fucking fantasy points, which is like
That's insane, dude. Who the fuck are those guys? Yeah, who the fuck are they?
Who the fuck's are those guys, huh? Fucking Patriots.
Oh shit! All right, our next segment is the squanderer of the week. I'm gonna nominate Over Easy because I think that was the largest point spread, right? Wasn't I supposed to lose by the most amount of points this last week?
We were both supposed to lose by 15 points.
Okay.
Minus like a decimal point or whatever, but
yeah. But you officially probably haven't won yet, so let's probably go with Over Easy, right? After the point correction, bro.
Oh, isn't Squander who left the most points on the bench?
Oh, I thought it was well, maybe. I was gonna go with the person who was like projected to win by the most and then ended up losing.
That's how
that works out for.
Hey, bro. Either way. Why? Who do you think who left the most points on the bench this week?
No, I was just trying to understand the segment.
Oh, okay. No, it's your wife, Tom. Sorry. You're trying to save her.
Like at least she's not here right now.
You're looking behind you.
They put Baker Mayfield in over Dak Prescott, and Dak Prescott scored 16 more points, so that was the difference in the game.
There you go. Dak attack. Dakadocious. All right. The bed shitter of the week. Who really shit the bed this week?
Well,
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey shit the bed pretty hard. 9 points, 7 points. And then he got stuffed with he had 1 yard to gain and just got stuffed right there near the end zone, and that was the end of the game. So that sucks.
It was rough. It was really rough. You always hope that you can rely on your first rounder like that, right? And
right.
7 points just
did not work out. What about you, Mike? You got one?
No, I don't.
You don't? What, Marlon? Do you have a nominee?
Actually, I was gonna say Drew Brees because he got negative points, but
he got hurt.
But that's not his
that
fault.
Doesn't really count.
Pobrecito
Drew Brees, you suck.
Yeah, that fucking sucks, dude.
They can't fire you for being late to work if you die on a wreck, Mike.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Well, I wanted to nominate somebody, Marlon. Unless do you have somebody that you wanted to?
No, well, I was reviewing the projected points and who's obviously was supposed to do good, and I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head other than Christian McCaffrey. I'm trying to look right now, but it looks like Christian McCaffrey.
I'm gonna nominate one though, and I mean I'll probably still go with Christian McCaffrey, but this is a personal one for me. TJ Hawkinson.
You traded for that guy.
I ate all the chalk. I believed in TJ, and I was desperate, and because I hate being behind the 8 ball when it comes to tight end, because having a good tight end is such an advantage in fantasy, and I thought TJ was going to be able to keep it up. So I fucking traded, and I know you guys are going to kill me. I traded Aaron fucking Jones for TJ Hawkinson, and of course Aaron Jones goes off.
Jones went off, man.
He went off, and I know it's going to sound like a terrible trade.
He really didn't do much last week. So.
Right, but but I should have been a little more patient with him. But really, I don't think I would have started him because my starting running backs are Eckler, who's going off, and then I think Mixon's going to pick it up. I believe in Mixon more than Jones, so I really wasn't going to start Jones, and I traded him for Hawkinson, and Hawkinson scored like a fucking point, bro. He went from 30 points in week 1 to 1 point, and I put him in my lineup, and I actually played him in front of Vance McDonald, who scored 20 points this week. And so I'm starting Vance in week 3. So for me, TJ Hawkinson shit the bed. Bad. But
bro, had you run that trade by us though and given us a chance to veto
you could have saved me.
Hey, I have to confirm and agree to all trades in this league. I could have ultimately denied that request, but
how hard did you laugh when that trade request came in? Were you just like cracking up?
I mean, it was like, well, fuck, he agreed to it, so okay.
Yeah. Well, look, check this out. He came back. I offered James White, and then he rebutted with Cooper Kupp, and I love Cooper Kupp, man. I just really believe in Cooper Kupp. He's my boy.
And you're gonna Cooper Kupp his balls.
And so I fucking Cooper Kupp his balls and gave him Aaron Jones. Son of a bitch. So anyway, we'll see how it turns out. But right now he's winning that trade for sure.
Right. It's still very early.
True.
He might be okay.
Anything can happen, yeah.
Yeah. If I get a dependable tight end out of it, I'll be happy.
Week 2.
I'm sure as hell fucking praying for that also, because this next segment is the no talent pussy of the week.
Oh, the no talent pussy of the week.
And that's actually me. I'm straight up the no talent pussy of the week. Gonna be second string all my life.
Dude, all your life. You're on Owen watch right now. You're on Owen watch. 0-2 at the moment. And I think you can break out of it. I think you're gonna break out of it soon. But right now,
I don't know, man.
It's not looking good, bro.
It really isn't, man. I mean, I look at my squad and I think it's okay. It looks good. Maybe some help out receiver, but otherwise, man, it's fine. Kittle had 3 fucking catches last week, so and McCaffrey shit the bed. So hopefully this week turn it out. Cam's hurt, so I had to pick up another quarterback. I picked up Garoppolo. So
Jimmy G,
he's balling.
He is at the moment, but yeah, I think it's going to come down with Mecole Hardman can have a huge game. I mean, if he does anything, he scores a touchdown and gets some yards for you, I think he will be the difference maker. Because I know right now you kind of have to make because starting Hardman's kind of a risk, right? But you're going for the high risk, high reward with him.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So I had Deshaun Jackson, but he's out, so I had to start.
So you kind of have to start him. Right.
I mean, that's pretty much my only option at this point. So
right. So man, I think fingers crossed, man.
Yeah, definitely the no talent pussy of the year so far.
Of the year. It's a whole new segment. No talent pussy of the year. All right, we're gonna get a little sad. We're gonna get a little sad here, and this is the pour them out. Let's pour them out for usually people, players that get hurt, but I think it's only fitting for us to pour one out for Eli Manning. Eli Manning getting benched, 2-time Super Bowl winner, Eli Manning.
Resting cry face.
Resting confused face.
I had this conversation with our buddy Brad back in the day, and we would say, it didn't happen often, but whenever fucking Eli Manning was on, like when they went on those Super Bowl runs and they beat the Patriots, when he was actually like on his game, he was one of the best and one of the scariest fucking quarterbacks, dude, because it was like inevitable. Like you knew he was going to win the fucking game. It wasn't often, but he had these moments that he would hit, and it was fucking scary, bro. It was scary. And so I think he was, I don't think he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but damn, he had arguably the two most memorable Super Bowl moments.
He did win 2 against the great ones.
Yeah, but he's like
he might sneak in.
He's 50% though. He's got like 162 wins and 162 losses. Like he's pretty much at 50% winning. Yeah. So it's interesting. I think he'll get some votes. I don't know if he'll get in. I think he's like on the borderline getting in. He might. I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
I think
can we pour one out for Ben Ma the Meatloaf Roethlisberger?
Ma the Meatloaf Roethlisberger. Jeez, man, he's out for the season.
Yep. And we got to pour one out for Drew Brees also.
Yeah.
Only 6 weeks.
I don't have any more whiskey. I drank it all before we fucking started drinking water.
He went down.
Damn. And
so the thing is with those guys, man, like these are older guys, and so you don't know how they're going to bounce back from that. Obviously, right. Drew Brees is having hand surgery on his throwing thumb, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know how he's going to end up, man. I mean, he's an older guy, takes a lot longer to recover, and so who knows how his career goes from here. I'm not trying to, say anything or predict anything. I'm just saying you never know what's going to happen. So
right, and it's not like I mean, this is going to maybe be controversial, but I don't think Drew Brees was actually playing that well, really, like to end the season last season, and like he kind of started. I know it was like really early in the season this season, but he was already kind of tailing off a little bit.
A little bit, right? Like
Yeah, a little bit. And if you just look at his stats, maybe it didn't seem like it because they were still winning. Because I mean, obviously the Saints have a great squad. You know, a number one wide receiver. You know, an elite wide receiver, an elite running back. So maybe that masked it a little bit. But his play has been declining a little bit since like the second half of last year, and he didn't really start off that well this year against the Texans. So we'll see, man. Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know. I'm not going to rush to the waiver wire to pick him up, but he is the highest paid backup in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, and he at one point was a really good prospect. I don't know. We'll see. That'll be interesting to see how if the offense even misses a beat. I mean, I don't think he's a Drew Brees, but I don't think Drew Brees was actually Drew Brees at the end of last season and at the beginning of this season. So maybe it won't tail off that bad, man. Maybe Michael Thomas can still put up a bunch of numbers.
Hey, so it looks like we got a repeat big cock on the block this week.
He's the biggest motherfucking cock on the block right now.
Yeah,
He's the
dude.
biggest cock in the neighborhood.
The reigning,
defending,
undefeated, undisputed, big cock on the block. Yeah. Them Lions.
Yeah, Lions is fucking killing people, man. He's
yeah.
He might lose this week. You know, you never know. I mean, you have defensive Fortis who has Patty Mahomes. So we'll see, man. We've never seen a three-peat. We've never seen a three-peat big cock on the block. It's never happened. It's crazy.
Never been. Yeah. Damn, man. All right, so let's just get into next week game previews real quick. You already talked about the big one, Dem Lions versus Defensor Fortis, number 1 versus number 2 overall. That's going to be obviously a high-scoring matchup.
Division game of the week.
Yep. Tom, who are you going up against? Who's Las Vegas United going up against?
It's Vino Poppies, the 2 bottom dwellers in that division.
That's right. Somebody's
one of us will finally walk out victorious.
Yeah. Somebody's getting out of the basement. All right, let's see. I'm going up against Eric, crossfaded. He's projected to win right now by about 8 points.
We've seen how that goes.
We see how that goes. You know, maybe I'll pull up 2 upsets in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
Let's see. My boy Ruben Ass and Titties is going up against Over Easy. And actually, I'm surprised that Ass and Titties is projected to win that one. He's projected to win by like 7 points. Does Over Easy? Do they have a kicker in? What's going on here?
She stays pretty up to date with their roster. So
she's on it.
But like I said, those fucking predictions don't mean a damn thing.
You're right.
If they did, I'd be fucking 2-0 right now. Instead,
that's true.
I'm 0-2.
All bitter.
So yeah, Ass and TD's Over Easy, both 1-1 in the win division. One of them can try to get a leg up in that division.
Yeah.
Right. Bangkok Ladyboys versus Flint Tropics.
Yeah.
Let's see. Flint Tropics is projected to win, obviously, by 4 points. Obviously, projections don't really matter, but he's got Dak Prescott, so I'm going to root for him, boy. I'm going to root for him. Pay Dak. Pay him.
Ladyboys is on Owen watch, too.
Yeah, they're on. Yeah, Ladyboys are on Owen watch, so he's their own, too. And then a little
rival.
A little rival going there.
It's an intercartel matchup. Intercartel matchup.
You can hit him. You can hit him one way. I don't know where he is. He's bound. He's right. There you go.
We have. There you go. Yeah. So that's a Gridiron Throne versus Cool on Santo.
Cool on Santo. 6 points. That's supposed to be a close one too.
So I'm projected to lose this week, but I was also projected to lose the previous 2 weeks, and I'm here at 2-0. So
I'm hoping that Mike Evans has the game that he hasn't had this season so far.
Hopefully he's over the chorro. Hopefully you're over the chorro.
He's over the chorro. He's hydrated. If you're listening, Mike Evans, I had chorro too.
Gatorade is the secret to chorro. It'll get you over it.
I'm hoping that Indianapolis will focus more on Julio Jones than covering Calvin Ridley. Hoping that all these align.
Hoping
that all these align and that I'll come out victorious.
We'll see,
why does it like? why don't one of y'all tell the other guy to like go fuck himself or something, man? Y'all are playing each other. This is not what I want to see. I want to see some hostility here. Jesus Christ.
So,
Mike,
hey,
se la come.
And on that note,
I dumped Adam Vinatieri and got myself a kicker. So we'll see how it changes my team.
Oh, there you go, man.
We'll see, Mike. We will see.
All right, guys. Anything else that you guys want to end on?
No, man, it's pretty good Super Liga Center.
Keep chasing your wet dreams.
Keep chasing those wet dreams, boys. All right.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Fuckers.
Peace.
Good luck, guys. Good luck this week.
Good luck.